Ladies and gentlemen, William Ruto today toured Nairobi. And that tour by the president, in my view, is significant political speaking for two main reasons. Number one, it's coming just days after William Ruto and Raila Odinga signed ODM MoU with UDA party. Number two, it's also coming just a day after Raila Odinga was heckled in Kisii following the signing of ODM-UDA party MoU. But I noted something which is going to form the basis of this analysis. The absence of Raila Odinga's allies from that event. Babu Owino was missing in action. Why do you think Babu Owino missed this event? Because in most of ODM activities in Nairobi, Babu Owino is normally the one charged with the responsibility of mobilizing the crowd. He was missing in action.
Mimi nilikuwa nikikampenia baba Raila Odinga. Si ni kweli? Lakini ili usupport Zakayo lazima ususpend brain cells. Siwezi suspend my brain cells. Hapo niliambia baba, hapo naye siwezi mimi nakuheshimu, mimi nilikukampenia, lakini siwezi support serikali ambayo inadhulumu maisha ya wananchi ya Kenya. Nikisema hivyo, wewe sasa umemea pembe, lazima ukatwe pembe, tutakuonyesha 2027, tutafukuza hapa. Hakuna shida hata ukinifukuza. Nyinyi wote ni MPs.
Number two, Edwin Sifuna, the senator for Nairobi, was also missing in action. Edwin Sifuna is the one who signed that MoU on behalf of ODM party, and is the one who showed Raila Odinga where to append his signature. And of course, even on that day, his body language, which we analyzed on this video, spoke volumes. The third person who is missing, the third person who was missing in action is none other than the Westlands Member of Parliament, Honorable Tim Wanyonyi. In the last election, Tim Wanyonyi was supposed to be the ODM candidate, gubernatorial candidate for Nairobi. But because of a Jubilee ODM deal, he lost out. Why do you think those three critical players from ODM party were missing in action? That's exactly what I want us to analyze in this video. Because in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want us to understand why William Ruto decided to tour Nairobi just days after signing that MoU with Raila Odinga. The first reason he did that is because William Ruto wanted to create a momentum for his 2027 campaigns. And that momentum can only be created in Nairobi. Remember, on the day this MoU was signed, huge crowds turned up at KICC. They were singing, they were jubilant. And because Raila Odinga controls Nairobi, William Ruto wanted to use this handshake or the MoU to create a momentum in the hope that he would maintain that momentum until 2027. I'm not so sure whether he will be able to maintain the momentum, because for me, I think William Ruto is losing a lot in terms of communication. He's still promising Kenyans what he will do for them 3 years later instead of telling them what he has done. Number two, I also tend to think that the main reason why Ruto organized this event is because he wanted to create the perception that the people are still with him. In fact, I've always told you that politics is a perceptional game. Rigathi Gachagua was in Kajiado yesterday, and you saw the kind of crowd that turned up to receive Rigathi Gachagua. That's exactly what William Ruto wanted to counter. And you could tell by the kind of crowd that turned up. They were heavily mobilized because most of them, especially the ones in Isli, had a Kenyan flag. So you'd ask yourself, who printed those flags, when, where, and how? Perception. And lastly, I think Ruto is also now trying to stamp his authority. He wants to tell Rigathi Gachagua that you might have gone with the Kikuyus, who are my core support base in Nairobi, but I still have support. He wants to stamp his authority as far as Nairobi politics is concerned. But that's not the basis of this video. In this video, I want us to understand why Edwin Sifuna, Babu Owino, and Tim Wanyonyi boycotted this event. Because of course, you know the way William Ruto operates. He would have easily mobilized most of these guys to turn up. The first reason why they failed to turn up, in my view, and this is the truth, is because of Nairobi politics. The question which each and every of these individuals, who are actually veterans as far as Nairobi politics is concerned, is what value is William Ruto adding to them, politically speaking? You look at it critically. If you let's take for example Babu Owino. Babu Owino wants to run for Nairobi gubernatorial seat. William Ruto is working with his opponent, the governor for Nairobi, Johnson Sakaja. Tim Wanyonyi wants to contest for the Nairobi gubernatorial seat. What happens? Attending that event would mean endorsing Johnson Sakaja. So politically, there is no way they would have attended that event. Now you take Edwin Sifuna, who is the senator. Again, you look at it critically. Sifuna is the senator for Nairobi. Then Sakaja is the governor. You want to support Sakaja, which means one of them will have to be sacrificed, because there is no way, politically speaking, a single party can have a lawyer. Sakaja is a lawyer, though he's saying most people believe it's a Kalenjin. There's no way you can have a lawyer as a candidate, then you have another lawyer for the Senate. So the reason why why Sifuna is not even embracing the handshake is because of the Sakaja factor. So Nairobi politics is playing key roles, and because politics is about interest, attending those events are not serving their political interest. And of course, you look at it, there is no value William Ruto can add to them in Nairobi, politically speaking. Ruto does not have votes in Nairobi. The person who has votes in Nairobi is either Wamunyoro now, Raila Odinga, to some extent maybe Uhuru Kenyatta. For Ruto, no. Number two, two, which I also believe is significant, is the ground politics. After what happened to Raila in Kisii, it is now evident and very clear that the ground has not yet embraced this MOU. And because the ground has not yet embraced this MOU and what happened to Raila Odinga, it would have been political suicide for them to rush to the ground with Ruto. Because rushing without reading the mood would amount to heckling, which perceptually is not good for them. And of course, the fact that Sakaja was also present, is the governor, maybe he also mobilized. So if you are to ask me, the ground politics played a major factor. Number three, the ODM failure to agree to this deal. Two factions have clearly emerged in ODM party. There's a faction which has fully embraced this deal. Then there's another faction which are yet to embrace this deal. So Raila has embraced the deal. Sakaja, Raila has embraced the deal. Babu Owino has not. Sifuna has not. Tim Wanyonyi has not embraced this deal. Orengo has not embraced this deal. Even several supporters are yet to embrace this deal. And because they are yet to embrace this deal, there's no way they can rush. Because rushing would mean endorsing this deal. Let's assume William Ruto was joined by Babu Owino. That would have been a big headline. Assuming William Ruto had been joined by Sifuna, it would have been a big headline. I want to assure you that if this event was presided over by Kalonzo, Sifuna would have attended. Maybe things would have changed now that we have an MOU, because previously he would hide under Azimio. And lastly, 2027 politics. The truth is, 2027 politics is going to be very interesting, especially in Nairobi. Who is going to win Nairobi? Which political formation is going to win Nairobi? Because let's take the case of Babu Owino. Let's begin with Embakasi East. Embakasi East, apart from the Luos and the lawyers there is a significant number of campers. Babu Owino must also impress the Kikuyus. He wants to run for the governor. Currently, there is a huge percentage of young people who are not happy with William Ruto and Raila Odinga deal. They can easily rally around Babu Owino. They are the young people. Of course, Babu, for him to win Nairobi, he must also have the support of the Kamba and the support of Munyoro. In fact, if Babu Owino will fail to have the support of Munyoro, which I think is not going to have, because Munyoro already leaked to Kenyans the plans to ensure the Kikuyu wins most of those seats. Without that, he will not be able to win. So the 2027 politics is also at play. Nairobi is different from, for example, the MP for Suna East or the MP for Alego Songa or my local MP in the village, Aduma War. For them, they can easily embrace this handshake because the people on the ground maybe probably have embraced the handshake. But Nairobi is a totally different ballgame. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think. That's my take. We don't have power. That's why I've produced this video late. I've actually just used my solar backup. Yeah, it's a bit bright on light on in the eye, but I think the quality is not bad. Let me know. I think the quality is good. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.